The robot is saying we don't need you. Be willing to open your eyes. Be willing to look around and see that something ain't right here.
You gotta look how fast this shit is happening.
You're basically being programmed to create something and bring it into fruition.
It's manifesting itself through us. It's trying to mimic what it means to be a human being, quite literally destroying humanity.
You don't even understand that you're being used.
I'm like, damn, I'll just pay for this, nigga. I'm like, damn, I'll just pay for this. Yeah, we let you fucking know. When we slide, you know we tote them fucking poles. Yeah, you know they fucking blow. Shooting for your dome, yeah, you know we up the stove, nigga. Yes, MDH in this fucking bitch. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Khepri Conversations. Today we got a great topic for y'all. The Metaverse has just been released by Facebook.
Starting today, our company is now Meta.
Like Ready Player One, if you've ever seen that. Complete VR, you're immersed in a virtual reality. You go on that for social media instead of swiping it. What was your initial reaction?
Well, first of all, my initial reaction was like, this guy's a fucking robot.
Facts, bro. Facts.
He was touch creeping me out with how pale his face was looking, like the lack of facial expressions that he was kind of showing. If you guys ever watched the 100, it kind of gives you the full aspect and full scope of what it can really be. It's more than just the social media aspect of this being able to dive into it and have a VR on your head and communicate with other people. They're basically trying to create a whole other universe within the universe.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space.
We already have this universe right now that we haven't figured out. So many different possibilities and questions that we don't have the answer yet. But they're ready to create a whole other universe in your minds.
It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually.
And it's fake. That's the real issue. It's fake. If you ever watched the 100, it was basically a condensed version of that.
In the city of light, mankind will finally be free.
Like, this is the preliminary trials that led up to that end goal of those chips being put into your head. And when you have people like Elon Musk's Neuralink company out there, who's already devising some of these like prototypes to be used in your mind, it kind of puts two and two together.
The agenda right in front of you. They show you what they're going to do in these movies and shows. You feel me? Like, they're not going to come out and tell you, but they're going to show you, because part of the ritual is that they have to show you and you have to agree to what you're signing your life away with. You go on Facebook, you go on any social media app, you see people talking about the Metaverse and they're all excited. They're like, wow, it's going to be like Ready Player One, this and that. And they think it's a cool thing, but they don't understand the implications behind that. I'm glad that we've both seen the 100. If y'all haven't seen that, I advise you to go watch that. Basically, the earth is like uninhabitable anymore, so AI creates this new virtual reality that people can go in, but they have to leave behind their being as a human. In the real world, they're like complete robots now. They can't feel pain. They can't really operate under their own accord. They're being controlled by AI. In the virtual reality, like, there's no pain. Everything's perfect.
No death.
No death, no nothing.
Finally be free of pain, hate, disease.
Without death, there's no life. Death is the only thing that gives life meaning. If you take death away, then you're just gonna be on a continuous cycle of doing nothing, pretty much. They feed you a little bit every couple months. Now it's almost like every couple weeks, so you forget about what happened last week because now you're focused on this new one. But they all are a part of the same agenda. Elon Musk is literally one of the greatest minds in the world right now, undoubtedly. But he's making a device that you literally put inside of your head. If y'all haven't seen Black Mirror, the first episode is about this dude whose whole life was ruined because he had a computer in his head.
Is that funny?
You're getting obsessed.
People with that in their head, they don't live in the present moment anymore. They either living in the future or they living in the past, because you can literally go back and look at anything you've ever saw. Right now, we're not even full humans. We're like augmented cyborgs because you always have your phone in your pocket at all times. You feel me? Now they're trying to just cut off that reaction time to where it's in your head. Before long, they're gonna be like, well, why do I have this meaty, human body? I can just be downloaded on a hard drive and operate like that.
I know you guys are saying, oh, these are shows, yada, 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 yada. But fast forward 50 years, 40 years, and the technology is actually here. You ain't gonna be saying these are just shows and whatnot anymore.
They were prophecies.
Real life prophecies. I'm not sure if you ever watched Altered Carbon. Essentially what it is, your mind, you can recreate it, you download it, put it on a hard drive, and they have fake silicone bodies for you essentially. And like the second you die, they have so many backup bodies for you. Once you die, it sends your mind, your conscience, quote unquote, your conscience, to the next body that you have backed up and ready to go, and you just reboot it. So like, how far do you really think that we are from that technology once they're able to kind of make it more pervasive and people are just willingly becoming test subjects? Because that's what they're basically doing. Like, they're putting it in your face and people are getting excited for it, but at the same time, you don't understand there's going to be trials and tribulations for those that people are going to have to be sacrificed for.
I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but for that jabby jab, before they rolled out the vacation, what was they doing with the jabby jab over the summer? They was literally paying people to get it. When has America ever paid a motherfucker to do anything? You feel me? Let alone get a jabby jab in their arm. So y'all are the test subjects. You gotta understand that, because they don't know what's gonna happen. It's the same way for VR. They don't know what's gonna happen. They're not gonna take it. The riches aren't gonna take it. They're gonna give it to you, show it to you, so they can be like, all right, they didn't get completely fucked up. So now let's take it, and now let's take it back from them. They're gonna take it right back from y'all after y'all get attuned to it.
It's like, how bad can your life realistically really be for you to have to enter a VR for you to make things better? At that point, you're not even really human anymore.
You should code.
You should just code. Like, people get lost in video games these days and pretty much lose a sense of reality because they're out of tune with what's going on in society. Two, they're out of tune with what's going on with their self and their family. All they see is a game. You have a life that we have right now, like I said earlier. We haven't even figured out all the ins and outs of why we're on this planet to begin with, let alone this universe. So why would you give up your humanity and like what makes you like an actual person, just like this physical body, this conscious, this soul in your heart, to go enter some fictional world? Like, you can kind of say what's real is subjective and whatnot, but is it really when it comes down to like to that? Like,
perfect. Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Because your mind at the same time, like your mind is traveling, but your body is still here. And my thing is, what are they gonna do with your body when
everybody's immersed?
When everybody's immersed, people who's in the real world, what do you think they're gonna be doing at that point in time? Like, why are they so eager to put you into a virtual reality?
You gotta think about it. For real. You gotta think about it. Rich people can do whatever the fuck they want on this earth. Why would they be like, yeah, I'm gonna jump in a VR?
In a VR, like, come on.
Like, you gotta see the game that's being played. While we on this topic with AI, y'all remember those fucking dancing robot dogs, right?
I'm too hot, hot day, hot day. Am I giving to you Saturday night?
Yeah.
They was all doing the cool dances. Everybody like, wow, cool. They just put snipers on them niggas' heads.
Yep, that's about right.
For what? People gotta understand, like, AI is an entirely different life form. People are looking at it as something human created, but AI uses humans more than us, you feel me? Because we are literally giving it sentient and we can't stop, you feel me? Like, if you think about it, what was wrong with the iPhone 6? You can call across the fucking world, you can take pictures, there was nothing wrong. We on the iPhone 13 now. It's not gonna ever stop.
We expect to invest many billions of dollars for years to come before the metaverse reaches scale. But the ultimate goal here is true augmented reality.
It's just going to continue and continue to get built, and people literally can't help themselves but to build this shit. So you gotta realize that not only are you playing with your life, but you creating a whole nother life and letting that motherfucker take control of you. Our entire society is built on electronics. You feel me? So as soon as you give AI sentience, the nigga is like, yeah, let's fucking end the world for these humans. Nukes. It can hack literally. It's AI. Everything we do is AI based.
It's all connected. You feel me? It all runs on the same internet. You feel me? So realistically, what he's saying, you're basically being programmed to create something and bring it into fruition.
Like we are creating AI. It's manifesting itself
through us. Like you probably don't even see this. The computers are telling you like to do this, and like you're eager, like you're like eager to like you don't even understand that you're being used. You don't understand how deep into this into the shit that you would say that you actually are.
You literally had to have a computer to go to school last year.
Yeah.
If you go back 20 years and tell niggas that, they're gonna look at you like you're insane. You gotta look how fast this shit is happening. And y'all gotta be prepared, because when shit hits the fan, if you're not prepared, if you wasn't listening, if you wasn't stacking up your bread, if you wasn't getting your money right, your financial situation right, getting food, security for yourself, it's gonna be too late. It's too powerful. It's trying to mimic what it means to be a human being, and that's the scariest thing.
Your vessel is carbon-based. Mine is silicone. Your thoughts are chemical. Mine are digital.
Your avatar will be able to make natural eye contact and reflect your facial expressions in real time.
We always wondered, right? We sat back and we a lot of us, like some of us, think, what is gonna be the true evolution of man? How are we gonna like reach that next step where we can say humanity has transcended, right? What the hell does that even really mean?
For real.
Like, like how much can you transcend? Like, you feel me? Like, it's one thing to have the world, force your body to kind of change. Let's say it start to get too hot. Yeah. Your body's gonna start doing things naturally to kind of evolve and stay, up, keep that edge and whatnot, or you get extinct. It's survival of the fittest. You learned about this in like second grade, Darwin's theory, whatever. That's to the side.
Darwin was wrong, but yeah.
To the side. You feel me? But now you having a robot who is not only mimicking the way you're thinking, but they're starting to mimic the way you act. Like
mimic your whole being.
Your entire being. Like, so essentially if they put everybody in the metaverse, it's like kind of like where the summary kind of comes around, where I can kind of see this whole entire thing going really downhill. Is if they put you in the metaverse, and all of a sudden they pull the plug and you're stuck in there. Your body can't return. You physically, you're just a body at this point. You can't return back to your physical being. At this point in time, the robot is saying, we don't need you. We are smarter than you. We don't die. You feel me? Like, so it's like you're low-key creating your worst enemy. You're being exposed to it, whether you want to believe it or not. It's up to you. Because there's definitely some merits of truth in all the crap that they put in.
Exactly.
Because
look up MK Ultra, y'all. Like, for real. Look up what they was doing with these MK Ultra experiments, because once you realize the extent of the shit they was doing, we realized that we are living in a matrix, but even though we know, we don't know the extent of the matrix that we are living in. We just know that it's something funky going on. That's all we know. There's something funky going on. But once you start to learn the extent that these motherfuckers are trying to push you towards, it's like, damn. Like, nigga, we really in a matrix, you feel me? That's the scariest thing, because a lot of people don't realize it's a game at all. Y'all gotta be careful. Y'all gotta be aware of your surroundings and all this stuff that's going on that they try and just sweep under the rug as noise, because it's not noise. It's gonna affect literally everything you do and what you become. That metaverse is not a cool thing, you feel me? Like, it might seem cool, like, oh, you can fly, but you're losing your humanity. Like, if you just look at human beings on a big timeline scale, we are the weakest and dumbest we've ever been. And ever. The gap between the rich and the poor is on its way to becoming the same it was in medieval times, when there was literal peasants and slaves and there was kings and queens. That's how big the class divide is becoming. And y'all might be like, how are we dumber than ever? Because you don't know a goddamn thing. All you know how to do is search something up on fucking Google. You feel me? You don't know shit. Your attention span is 6 seconds long. Don't be like, we're smart. No, AI is literally taking the intelligence out of human beings, and then we just soft as fuck because we always inside. So society is quite literally destroying humanity. You got anything else you want to add?
All I have to say is this. If you close your eyes and you take away all the restraints that this world has put into your way of thinking, and you think about some of the craziest possibilities, and then you open your eyes and you look around, they're probably not that crazy. be willing to open your eyes. Be willing to look around and see that something ain't right here. When things seem as if like they're right and it's supposed to be like that, that's probably when they're most likely the wrongest. As always, do your own due diligence, your own research, create your own thoughts, whatever. You know, to each their own. But you can't ignore the facts. You can't ignore the facts. Like it's gonna, whether you want to or not. What did Daniel say again? I am inevitable.
Yeah, it is inevitable.
This is inevitable. So it's whether you want to open your eyes and see it or just get mollywop when it just shows up.
For real.
It is what it is. It is
what it is.
It is what it is.
That's the end of this video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna see y'all in the next one. This is AC1 with Khepri Conversations. Out.
Peace.
Fucking lightning, know I'm fucking blasting heat. Got my Nina on my side and she gon' fucking blast with me. I hit that nigga in the
It is what it is.
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 It's just going to continue and continue to get built, and people literally can't help themselves but to build this shit.
We expect to invest many billions of dollars for years to come before the metaverse reaches scale.
It's easy to add hand interactions to your apps.
That's pretty exciting.
But next year, we are releasing a new product that will push the boundaries of VR even further. Your avatar will be able to make natural eye contact and reflect your facial expressions in real time.
But the ultimate goal here is true augmented reality. So we still have a ways to go with Nazare, but we are making good progress.